The forbidden classroom. There's a door in Ravenwood High that no longer exists on the school map. Room 13. No one talks about it, and those who do don't last long. Emily, a quiet girl from the city, transferred to Ravenwood High after her mother's sudden job change. The school was old, built in the 1950s, with hallways that echoed with every footstep and lockers that creaked open like old tombs. Her first day fell off. Students watched her, not with curiosity, but caution. At lunch, she sat alone. A student named Luis whispered to her as he passed, "Don't ask about room 13." Why were they afraid of a classroom that didn't even appear on the school map? Emily, naturally curious, searched the school map. No room 13. The numbers skipped from 12 to 14. When she asked her homeroom teacher, Mr. Bennett, his smile faded. "There's no such room," he said sharply. But later that day, she spotted a door between the art wing and the old janitor's closet. Faded numbers. 1-3. Scratched. Painted over. Almost erased. Why would a school erase a room number? What happened in room 13? Luis finally opened up. Room 13 used to be a detention room, but after a student named Lily died there, it was sealed off. Some say her ghost still haunts the room. At night, kids hear scratching, even screams. Emily laughed it off. Until that night, she dreamt of a dark room with flickering lights and blood on the chalkboard. Dreams don't draw blood, or do they? Luis, Emily, and two others dared each other to open room 13. Midnight. Flashlights. Emily's hand trembled as she twisted the knob. The door was locked until it wasn't. Inside, dusty desks, broken chalkboard, cold air. They found an old diary belonging to Lily. Last entry: "He promised to keep me here forever." Who is he? And why does he want to keep her? They read Lily's diary. She wrote about a teacher, the professor, who wasn't on staff. He came at night, no eyes, stitched mouth, gave her detention every day forever. Emily turned the last page. Blood fingerprints. Have you ever found something in school that wasn't meant to be found? As they left the room, the door slammed shut. Luis vanished. Screams echoed from behind the walls. Emily clawed at the door, nothing. A voice whispered, "Class isn't over yet. What if leaving a room isn't your choice?" They were inside for hours. Time moved differently. Emily found an old class roster, names of missing students from decades ago. Then, the professor appeared, gliding, smiling. He pointed to a desk. Emily sat. She had no choice. What if her detention turned into a lifetime sentence? In a hidden drawer, Emily found Lily's escape plan. A ritual. A sacrifice. One must stay for the others to leave. Emily's hands shook. The professor loomed behind her. Would you give yourself up to save your friends? His face up close, stitched smile, eyeless sockets, pale skin like paper. He spoke inside their minds. Your punishment is eternal. One friend went mad. Another aged decades in seconds. Emily screamed, but no sound came out. This wasn't a classroom. It was a prison. Emily remembered the sigil in Lily's diary. Blood. Candle. Recitation. She whispered the words. Lights flickered. The professor hissed. She drew the symbol with her own blood. The walls cracked. Sometimes pain is the only key. Someone had to stay. Emily volunteered, but Luis, half-possessed, stepped forward. Tell them don't forget me. He smiled one last time as the others ran. The door shut, locked. He saved them, but the cost was everything. No one remembered Luis. The school records were blank. Photos gone. Only Emily knew. At night, she heard knocking from under her bed. 3 knocks. Every night. The professor remembers. Emily wrote a note and hid it in a locker. Don't open room 13. He's still there. Weeks later, it was gone. In its place, a diary page. New ink. New students have arrived. The cycle never ends. The school renovated. Room 13 was removed on paper, but students began disappearing again. They whispered about the shadows, the cold spots, the echoing steps. He doesn't need a room, just a class. Emily, now grown, returned to Ravenwood. Room 13 was gone, but the air was thick. She saw a door appear in the reflection of a trophy case. It opened. Inside, desks, dust, and the professor. He waited. Class is now in session. Does your school have a place like Room 13, abandoned, forgotten, but never truly empty? Because once you walk through that door, you might never come back. If this story chilled your spine, hit that like button, subscribe for more nightmares, and drop a comment below. What would you do if you found Room 13? Turn on notifications and stay tuned. New horror stories drop every Saturday. Don't miss what comes crawling out next.